that great stuff. But what I realized on this whole journey was, I hit 17. I knew that I loved fitness, I loved health, and I loved helping people. But there was this constant battle in my head and in my life of constantly starting over, because I had all these trainers that sat there and they're like, oh my God, like you need to do this diet. You need to do this diet. So I was holding on to this idea of like, what's the next hot thing to do? I love you. Look at your, Maurice, I love you. I'm going to come to the salon and see you soon so we could twin it up with our bracelets. Is my mom still into fitness? She is. My mom is 5'4" and like 100 pounds. So everyone thinks that we're sisters. She looks amazing. So when I was 17, I was in this constant battle and I had all these body image issues, and I always felt discouraged because I was jumping from diet to diet to diet. And it was like, I'd get motivated because, oh, cool, I have structure. I have a new meal guide, all this exciting stuff. And then all of a sudden, I would fail at it after a few days. And I would get super, super discouraged. And I'm like, man, like this journey is so hard. I'm never going to have cap shoulders. My bat wings are never going to go away. My butt's never going to be huge. TT, right? Tell him, TT, come on. My dogs are all coming in here now because I'm talking loud. But I was constantly discouraged. And I just remember I went and did my first fitness competition after I just turned 17. And I was so excited about it. I was like, I'm going to go on there. I'm going to rock the stage. I'm going to be the next fitness model. And I got on stage and like, here I am in like my little bikini. Hey, come on. Hey, keep it down, children. So here I am at 17, like, oh, I got this. Like, I'm so ready for it. Get on stage and I'm like, I hit my poses and I'm like, okay, this is definitely not my shit. Like, okay, nope, not having it. So after that, I was 108 pounds. And after, going through that fitness competition, I didn't place, took a toll on my ego. And so I was just like, fuck this. Like, I'm going to go to the grocery store. I mean, everything in sight. I don't give a fuck about a diet. I don't care about my health. Fuck this. YOLO. So I went to the store and I was in California with one of my really good girlfriends. And we honestly walked through the bakery, the frozen section, and bought everything in sight. It was like ice cream, brownies, all the good stuff I couldn't have while I was prepping for the show. And so I had a binge weekend, and that binge weekend led into this whole cycle of just constantly eating bad. Look at how crazy my hair is right now. So I was just constantly eating bad now. So instead of actually getting my shit back together after this competition, I ended up gaining 30 pounds. So here I am at 5'3", went from 108 pounds to 138 pounds pretty much overnight. And so I thought the trick, once again, was jump on a diet, jump on a new training regimen. Like, what do I do? And so here I am going for all these answers, trying the HCG diet, no carbs, all this bullshit. Nothing was working. So I'm sitting here like, oh my God, this sucks. And I'm just always going to be fat right now. And I can't even wear a bikini. This is so embarrassing. Here I am. I just got off stage and I walk into my gym and I'm 30 pounds heavier. And so I would go to the gym, I would just wear the baggiest clothes I could find, and I would go straight to cardio. And even though I grew up lifting dumbbells, I did not want to touch a weight. I was just like, I'm so embarrassed with how I look, go straight to cardio. And I would do an hour or two of cardio every single day, and I still was not getting results. So I was getting so bummed out, so discouraged, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, how is it that all these people in the fitness industry, all these trainers, coaches, the big dogs in the fitness industry, they are always ripped. How do I get that? So I went ahead and took a step back, and I really started studying people and realizing that the biggest thing was mindset. And that was a huge thing for me. I did not have my mindset right at all because I was super depressed. I was discouraged, and I just remember being in this funk and this rut, just thinking I'm never going to accomplish the body I want. And I was constantly comparing myself to others, and that would only bring me down. So I finally it clicked. I was like, all right, it's mindset. So I have to sit there every single day and tell myself, you're the shit, you're the best you can be. fucking love yourself for where you're at, but let's keep working on yourself, keep learning, keep pushing yourself, and continue to grow. So that's exactly what I did. And all of a sudden, oh, I thought Amazon was here. I was like, who loves online shopping? I do. So, here I am. I finally realized a mindset. It was a mindset. So instead of feeling discouraged when something didn't work, it was a mindset that this is actually a life that I want long term, and I'm not going to get there overnight. So I had to start slowly taking things out of my diet that were not serving me and start implementing healthier things that actually made me feel good. So as I'm doing this, working on my mindset, it just all finally clicked. And now it's like I don't have to do these crazy diets. I don't have to be in the gym for hours. It's like I just have that balance. I don't feel guilty when I go and eat 9 donuts in a day and a pizza. I have an appetite of a boy. So last week I was terrible on my diet, and you know what? It was okay. I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I am PMSing. I'm going to eat whatever I want, and I'm going to embrace the shit out of it. I'm going to be doing leg day. The booty's going to get nice and big, and it's okay. I'm not going to give up on myself. I got shoots coming up, so I need to make sure I got my abs in. But, allowing myself that cheat week was actually refreshing for me, because then I was like, damn, I actually feel like shit. I'm not as motivated, and I know now that I actually want to clean up my diet this week and stay on track. So it did come down to the whole mindset of not being discouraged. Just because something doesn't work for you does not mean that you need to sit there and dwell on yourself like, damn, like nothing's ever gonna work. I'm gonna give up. Don't give up on yourself. I'm so thankful I did not give up on myself. It was really just focusing on the mindset, allowing yourself and being okay with a cheat meal here or there. If it is a week, fuck it. Who cares? Just make sure that you continue going. And mindset will change every single thing in your life. And I can promise you that. A lot of people think, oh, mindset's bullshit. It's some hippie shit, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, my mindset was able to take me from a very dark and sad place in my life and completely just flourish. So, and that's what I'm giving back to ladies now. I'm huge on mindset, and with my clients, if they're hard on themselves, if they talk down on themselves, I'm right there to be like, Mama Titi in the house. I'm gonna be yelling at you if you talk shit on yourself, okay? But if any of you guys are struggling and you feel like you need to figure out what your breakthrough needs to be, DM me. Let's jump on a phone call. I want to help you. And if you're ready to change your life and actually take action, then let's do this shit. Now, let's go into some Q&A. Whoop, whoop. Why did my music stop? Do you guys want me to sing for you? Just kidding. Everyone say no. I'm at work. I need to hear this. People need to stop coming up to me. Oh my gosh. I will have this on replay. So if you missed it, I'll go ahead. I'll share it on YouTube and everything too. So that way, this is a very important message. And I want everyone to hear it. So I will repost it. If you guys want the link to share it with a friend, then do so. Hi, welcome. But mindset is really what's going to bridge the gap from where you are to where you want to be. And sometimes we need a little bit of help with that mindset, and it's totally okay. I needed a lot of help when I first started, and even sometimes now I'll get down on myself, but it's easier to pick myself back up. Okay, do you feel like you just maintain with a week of binge and then eating healthy other weeks? When I binge eat, I know that I'm going to be bloated, I'm going to have inflammation, I'm going to feel like shit about myself. So I usually just walk around looking like a little balloon. Like right now, I'm really watery, my abs aren't where I want them, I have a little bit of cellulite coming in because I was not doing the proper eating habits that I usually do. So, it's not really maintaining. I do have I have to push myself a little bit more this week. I will probably go to the gym 6 days this week, up my cardio, up my reps, up my weight, and all of that. Great story. I'm gonna go get a cheese. I love you, Maurice. What foods did you cut out and what foods did you bring in? So when I was 20 years old, I was on this huge binge of Ben and Jerry's and red velvet cake. So that was like honestly all I ate was sangria, and couldn't figure out why I was gaining weight or I couldn't lose it. I'm like, pint of ice cream, give me half that cake. Come on, let's do this. And so yeah, I was a little fluffy, couldn't figure out why. But it was pulling out a lot of the dairy, a lot of the processed bullshit like cake, bread, stuff like that, and actually replacing it with whole foods that are actually beneficial to my body. And that's still what I do to this day. I never go super, super crazy with dieting because it just messes with my head. I did actually develop a few different eating disorders from when I did my fitness competition. So I went from not eating at all to binge eating, being in the gym for 4 hours a day. And then that was pretty much it. But it was still, I mean, it's terrible because all the damage you do on your body is just awful. And here I am now, like trying to repair it and be healthier. And the more I evolve, the more I am into wellness and stuff like that. So it's like even the binge that I had last week, that stuff does not happen as often as it used to. That used to happen. I would honestly not eat for a full week, and then the weekend would hit and I'm like pizza rolls, ice cream, donuts, cake, Jack in the Box, In-N-Out burger, and it was crazy. So now I'm like pretty balanced, and then it's like once a month, sometimes maybe every other month. It just depends. Nice tattoo on my wrist. Thank you. It says, what goes around comes around, with my hand that gives. So I always remember to give love and joy and happiness. Boo, boo, boo. Do I live in Texas? No, I do not. I actually live in Las Vegas, and I'm doing a boot camp here on the 28th. So any Vegas people, if you want to come hang out, I'm gonna kick your ass, and then I'm gonna feed you with some bomb ass brunch. What do my normal meals consist of? On a normal week, I'll do eggs, avocado, ground turkey, bell pepper, onion, protein shakes, and sometimes black beans, stuff like that. I love Mexican food, so anything that's kind of spicy, I'm all for it. So do we have any other questions? Do you take anything for your body stress as far as supplements? CBD oil, if you need a good link for a good company, DM me. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about supplements, anything of that sort, I would love to help you. But what I need from you is to actually DM me with where you're at, where you want to be, so that way I can point you in the right direction for what supplements will best benefit you. And then once again, like I said, if you guys are struggling and you're sick of being in the same position of constantly starting over, binge eating, being crazy, feeling discouraged, let's change that. Let's jump on a call and talk. I almost said cheat because I'm reading this last one. So you think having an open day once a week, like cheat day. Okay, so if you want to do a cheat meal or cheat day, it is completely up to you. My preference is usually just a cheat meal a week, sometimes two, depends on my goals. But when I allow myself a full cheat day, I usually feel like shit about myself, and that kind of throws you in that really bad cycle of just like, oh, I feel like shit, so let me go eat more shit food. I'm gonna lay in bed all day, sit on the couch and boo-hoo. So I usually say go out to a nice restaurant, order something that you've been craving, and get it out of the way there. And that'll kind of make sure that you don't overdo it. You won't have the food in the house, you won't have leftovers, stuff like that. What's your 12-week plan? Balance. Okay, so I have this new program, and it is a fitness rewire where I go in, I walk hand in hand with you for 12 weeks. So you get your custom meal guide based on foods that you actually like. I teach you what foods are working for you, which ones need to be removed from your diet. I also give you a custom workout guide based on workouts that are beneficial for your body type. It breaks it down for dumbbells, cardio, all that great stuff, custom supplement guide, set you up in the morning with a morning routine where it takes about 10 minutes, but you start your day off in a very positive way It's very, very focused on a positive mindset, because my mission in life is to get everybody happy and healthy, not just healthy.